Hi, welcome to part 10 of our React tutorials for beginners series. So in this part we are going to learn how to handle forms in React. So it's a bit different and a bit tricky also, so we learn about them. So they are also known as control component in React because React completely controls it. So uh, let me take through the complete way in which it is controlled first through the slide, and then we will look into the code. So the way it is done, see, control there will be a this dot state in the constructor. Suppose I have input type text. Okay, so this dot state, I will have a email which I will send it to. I want to do that email, send it to string, empty string. Then the second part is that, see this arrow, I have to use the value as this dot state dot email, so it will show this thing, means whatever the user types. And then after that there is on change handler, and this is this dot change email handler. It is calling a function, and it will take an event and then we will do the this dot set state of email equal to event dot target dot value. So what will happen here? Suppose the user types e, initially see it is empty, so the value will be empty. Suppose now the user types e, so this on change will get e or anything. Suppose I type my name n, I type n, so e is confusing, I type n. So what is happening? On change handler is getting fired. So on change handler is getting fired. On change handler, if you know, in HTML, event dot target dot value is whatever we type inside it. So that event dot target dot value is that n. So it will be it will be made equal to email in this state, this dot set state. And when the this dot set state runs, as I have told earlier also, when the this dot set state is re-renders the component, this is inside the net component, so it will re-render it and the value will become n. So that is very important. Then I type a, again the same cycle will be followed. This change handler will do this, it will go to this and go here, and the state will get changed. So it is like this, it is like a circular thing like this. The state will again get changed, and without this you won't be able to see anything. So let us see this in the code. So this is from my earlier part, this thing, all these things. So let me comment it out, let me save it to make a new component, demo form.js. Yeah, and one more thing, this all this forms are mainly in a class-based component. If we want to see work in a functional component, they are through hooks, and they are used in a different way. So we are going to look at it when we are going to look into hooks. So this is mainly with class-based component, because we need a state in it. State is very important. So RCE, a class-based component I am creating. Let me remove this export, and then after that let me come to this div. So I want everything to be wrapped in a form, because generally form elements will be wrapped in a form, either it's an HTML or it's a React, because it gives us very nice features like the button. We can have that enter, not only click, and it is advised to have everything inside wrapped inside a form element. So after this, let me have a div and label. So every input box should contains a label. It is not required, but it is how we should do it, a label, and then only with this input, and it will be type equal to text like this, and the label username. So how do we associate this to label and input? Okay, so we will do that. For equal to username and id equal to username. name. Let me have this much now, and I will include this demo form. Import demo form from components demo form and save it. Yeah, and it is showing perfectly here. Let us see if it is showing perfectly there also in the console. Let me come here, and again we got a big fat error, a warning. So again a red warning is not good, so I am using for. So again it is to be done with the JSS, and it is giving me how to fix it for, because for is a keyword we cannot use inside a JS file. So although if I inspect it, it become for only, but let me do it to HTML for. Let me save it. So still it's a for, but the error is not there in the console anymore. So this is how we need to use for. So now we'll use our logic. So let me first do the value only. For that I have to create a state variable. So I will create a constructor with the short form rconst, and this dot state, let it also be username, and it's be an empty string. Okay, so then after that I will use it here, this dot state dot username. I love it to have it in one line, so for my obsession let me make it larger. So let me save it, and I bring my mouse cursor here. Now I am typing. Actually I am typing, but it is not working. It is not working because this whole component, whenever I type, it doesn't re-render. This can be re-rendered only through this .set string. So that's why the second part is very important. Okay, so we will do the second part, which will be on change. Okay, can go to the next line. It's okay. On change, and this dot handle user change. This dot handle user change I am doing. So I have to create a function like this. I'll create arrow function so that this is binded there, so that I don't have to use those additional things. So like this, and event, as I have told, this event. Let me also do one more thing. Event dot target dot value. Let me console log it and show you what it is. It will still not show anything. Event dot target dot value. So this is not a React thing. This is a HTML JavaScript thing. Okay. So I am coming here. I am typing A S. So it will come event dot target dot value, whatever I type it. Okay, so let me remove it. I don't want it. So now this dot set state, and username is event dot target dot value. Let me save it. Let me come back, and if I type anything, it stays here, means it is working perfectly. And so this is the whole logic, means whenever we do, initially it was empty, but whenever and it was showing it as an empty string, but whenever I change something, this on change will get fire, on change event handler will get fire, and it will set the username to that whatever I typed here. I typed a, it will set it to a, and when this dot set state runs, it will re-render this thing, and the this dot state dot username, the value will become a, whatever it is. So this is how it works in React. So we will see two more component, because they are similar, only a bit of format is different. The logic is same whatever I told right now, but so let me go here. We're going to see a text area. So I can create additional state, so it will have a comment state variable comment, and then div label, and the label will be called comments, and here HTML for equal to comment, and then we'll go to text area and create a text area here. So text area, first id equal to comment, and so text area is different than input type text, means we generally we can close it, like in React everything can be closed, whatever is a single tag, single element, HTML element, we can close it like this, but text area we cannot close it because it will give error. So this is not exactly a React thing, this is a HTML thing. Value is this dot state dot comment, let me save this much. It will show the comment box, but as you know it will not work even if I type something. So let me fix that, and for that again I will have a on change handler, and on the on change handler this dot handle comment change. So this function event this dot set state comment event dot target dot value. So now hopefully I'm able to do, yeah, I'm able to do, so it is working fine. So I just wanted to show the format, but a format which is a bit different, it is for the drop down menu, which is also used with the select box, which is the, so I want to have a select box also, I want to show how to use it. So again from here will come language React. So we can give some initial value also, so I am giving the some initial value, not an empty string here. Okay, so after that let me come here, div, again the label, language, select. So this is just the normal select, and let me have html for equal to and language id will be language, and as option in select we have options inside which show those drop downs. So I will have this option value equal to react. So whatever the value is, this is again HTML thing, it goes to the backend or whatever we want to send. And we can have something else here also. See, this react, this is small lowercase, this is capital case. So react is there, then react native, react native, flutter, flutter, shift, shift, python, python, let me save it. Yeah, and I have this, but yeah, so I have this, but now we have to make it in the React way. Now right now it is only a HTML thing, but now we have to make it in the React way. So how to do that? So again, the value, this value is different from this value. This value is what it will go. So value equal to this dot state dot language, and so whatever we select, it is that value. And then on change handler will be this dot handle lang change, this dot handle lang change, so handle lang change, then this dot set state, language event dot target dot value, and now see, the initial react is also coming from this state, the language which is set. If I, let me do one thing, if I change it to flutter, yeah, it changed to flutter. So we can do like this, and then after that, how to check it is working? So it got changed, it means it is working perfectly fine. So the last thing which we are going to learn is the, see, all of them, these are working fine, but when we need to send it to the backend, so we need a button for that. And the best thing is that we have a form input. So generally it is advisable to have a button of type submit. You can have a normal button also, but it is not advisable because there is a reason for that. The reason is that if you, let me first not talk, let me first create that button here, button button submit, and it will be type of submit. So it is again an HTML thing, that type of submit is there. So we don't create an ordinary button. This on change handler or on click, no, not on change, on click handler, we have to create it here, but we are doing a type submit. So that handler we have to create it in the form, that on submit. So this is similar to on submit, which we have in a normal HTML thing, but again it's a camel case. Everything is camel case in React. On change, on submit. So again we have to call a function, this dot handle submit. Okay, then I will come here, handle submit equal to event, and one thing which we generally do. Okay, let me console.log inside whatever handle. I'm not going to see the console. Oh, I have to give this. Okay, so suppose I do anything and I do submit. See one thing, this got refreshed. So this is the default form behavior. It reloads the page. We don't want this default behavior, and for that only what we do event dot prevent default. We do see, if I submit, nothing happens. So this is for that. Now we can do a console.log, and generally what will happen in this state, you will send it to a backend or to a Redux store or whatever it is, backend endpoint. But we are not learning backend here, so we will do a console.log name this dot state dot username comment this dot state dot comment language this dot state dot language and I have to start my console here to see the result. So I will submit it, and it is coming perfectly to be sent to the backend. So this completes our form, and it's a bit complicated, but not that much complicated also, and it's from the basic of every real life project. Forms are everywhere, so it is required everywhere. So this completes our part 10. See you soon in the next.